Good everyone. I hope you guys have an amazing day. So in the last episode, I talked about validation rule when it comes to the product rule, and I've demonstrated how to set up the product rule in a validation mode, and demonstrated how that works in a product bundle. So today, what I'm going to do, I will demonstrate how the alert rule works. Okay, so let me go to the CPQ. So cells for CPQ. Now, you must be wondering, why do I need to have an alert rule, right? So, if you remember in the last episode, I've demonstrated that a scenario where you're buying a desktop computer in the form of a bundle, and let's say if someone wants, if your sales rep's trying to add more than, say, three monitors, it just kind of stops you um, from adding more than three monitors. But say for whatever reason your business decides, okay, hey, we don't have to stop. Instead, we can warn the sales rep to say, hey, you're not supposed to add more than three monitors, but for whatever reason the client wants it, let them buy it. So okay, so it's pretty simple. There's nothing fancy here. Pretty much the same configuration what we've used. We're going to use it for the alert rule. Okay, so I'm going to make use of the same alert rule. Now, if you're wondering about this product rule, right? If you haven't configured the product rules, I would highly encourage you to check out the previous, episode regarding the product rule, because I've explained regard what the definition of the summary variables and how to set up a product rule. Okay, so we're gonna go to the same product rule, right? So this is what I named it as a computer. I should have named it better because computer is just a silly name, but either way. So this is the type we'll be talking about. So I've used this as a validation before. Okay, so what happens is that when you use the validation, okay, let me show you. Let me change it back to the validation. Okay, and let me go and try to add the product lines to the code, and then we try to fiddle with adding more than three monitors, and let's see what happens, right? So we go to the code and we choose the same one, and we just okay, just refresh it. Hopefully, get refreshed, and then we go to the code lines, right? And then sorry, not this one. We edit lines, and let's add a product, right? Product bundle. And so we just go to add products, and let's choose the desktop computers, and I'm going to choose this and add. So see, the validation rules have its own purpose, right? But under certain scenario, right, the validation rule may not be a good fit, so you might have to use alert. um, so So let's say I built a validation rule for the monitor, so you can't select more than, say, three. So just gonna select the four. Okay, so you got this message, right? You can only select. So what that means is that you cannot save using four. Now, even if I want to save it, it won't let you save it. Okay. So now that's something, say, as a business, you decided, okay, that's not a very good way to, configure things. So we want to give the flexibility where we want the sales rep to see the message, but we shouldn't be stopping them from saving it. Okay. So in that scenario, we're just going to go for an alert rule. So the way to configure it, so it's pretty much the same. I'm going to change the same rule and change the type to alert, right? So I'll just go to validation here, and go to the alert. Now I'll just look at the error condition. It's pretty much the same. So I'm using the summary variables. So I'm saying the sum of monitors if it's greater than three. So if user try to add the monitor, right, um, more than three times for the same product bundle, it will give you a warning, right? So that's pretty much it. And then you have the final configuration where you hook up your product to the product rule. That's pretty much it. Okay, so that's done. Okay, now I'm gonna refresh it, and let's see how the code works now. It's the most easiest option, but yet very powerful at the same time. We're gonna talk about the selection type next time. So I just want to focus today mostly on the alert type. I'm just doing it slowly so that you guys understand why we're doing this, right? I mean, because there's no point in just going, doing in a rush, because you need to understand the concept and from a business point of view, and to understand right where we can make use of this functionality, because CPQ is huge. You have a lot of different ways to do different things. So if you don't understand the business context behind it, and it's pointless. Okay, so you go to edit lines, and then let's choose the product, right? So gonna go add product, and just gonna use the desktop computer, and I will choose select. Yeah, and I'll just do the quantity, and let's choose 4, right? Okay, I'm gonna save it. Okay, all right. See, now you got an alert. It's a different message. So it will not stop you from saving it. I mean, unless you decide to say close. But if you say continue, you can have 4 monitors, right? So you can see here 4. No one stops you from doing it. So this is a you know this is a kind of product rule which you should be considering based on your business scenario, right? It's all driven by your business requirement, because we have a lot of options in Salesforce, but you shouldn't be using it just for the sake of it. It should be driven by your business requirement. Okay, so that's pretty much I wanted to talk about in this episode. In the next episode, we're going to look at the selection criteria, right? So selection type. So go to product rules, and we will look at the selection, right? So that's pretty much for today. I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday. Adios.